Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. We are live with the post-game show. The Cleveland Cavaliers back in the win column, knocking off the Detroit Pistons by a final score of 110-91. Fantastic to finally see the guys get a win. Not only do they get a win, they do it in double-digit fashion. The last three games all saw hectic finishes for the Cavs in which they were unable to get it done. First against Houston, then against Philly, and then against Houston again. Obviously, the Rockets have proven dangerous. They're now up to number 2 in the power rankings. They do currently trail Boston by 9 points. Şengün only has 7 points against Boston at the moment. Plenty of time there to decide a winner. Look, this was not the most exciting Cavs game of the season. This was far from the most exciting Cavs game of the season. There was never really a Cavalanche. There was never this one stretch where it's like, all right, it's pretty clear the Cavs are going to be walking away definitive winners in the early stages of the contest. It took a little bit for the team to find their groove and to get going. Now, what mattered? What mattered was that they did find their groove. They did get going. There's nothing special, really, about this win, other than the fact that the Cavs have dropped 3 games in a row. And they come in and they take care of business against their old head coach, JB Bickerstaff, and the upstart Pistons, who, by NBA standards, 23-22 is not very good. It's an average team. It's solid. They're not bottom of the barrel as they were last year with Monty Williams, winning 14 games on the season. The thing I like about this Cavs win, though, again, not the splashiest victory. They shot 44% from the field, just 27% from downtown. They did, as usual, pass it well. 28 assists on 40 baskets. They have the Pistons to 39% shooting. Both coaches lost their challenges early, so everything that the officials said was going to be final the rest of the way. What stands out is the defense, talking about holding them under their shooting averages for the season. Cade Cunningham, just 9 for 26. Tobias Harris, 1 for 9. Jalen Duren had 12 and 16. Tim Hardaway was 3 of 8, minus 12. Tobias had 2 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. They're paying him a lot of money. 2, 2, and 1. A lot of people have had comments on him. Beef Stew couldn't do much. Marcus Sasser was pretty nice off the bench, 11 and 5 in his 19 minutes. He got very little from Ron Holland. Malik Beasley gave him some scoring. Fontecchio invisible. On the Cavs side, Sam Merrill had 8 points on 6 shots, 4 rebounds in 23 minutes. Niang just 1 for 9, but he maintained a neutral net rating. He got some Amani Bates minutes, did not get his first points of the season. Still waiting on Amani to get something on the board. He's a guy that can certainly get it done. Amani Bates is a guy that's in waiting. He's a future player in this league. His birthday is coming up real soon. Amani Bates will be fine. He's going to have his moments. It's actually tomorrow. Monty Bates will become of legal drinking age tomorrow. That's right. Just 20 years old. He's played well in the G League. He hasn't been perfect, but he's shown flashes as a shooter, and he's done some other good things. He plays with Tyson. He plays with Porter and Travers and Thor. All these guys are together a lot. It's going to help the chemistry down the line. There will be a game in the future where all these guys are needed. Amani's going to get his opportunity at some point. The Cavs are very shorthanded on the wing, but, they still have enough. Greg Porter's that 10th man for now. Tyson is 9th with all the guys out. No rotation minutes for TT. Travers had his opportunity earlier in the year, and he had a very good performance. And really the only game that he's gotten rotation minutes, it happened against the Pelicans. It's a win. Darius, 22 and 7 assists, plus 18. He had 12 in the fourth. Donovan, 21 points on 12 shots, 6 assists. Max Strus, 10 and 8, game high plus 20. A lot of people have wanted more from Max Strus at times, and, he's been solid. So you love to see that. You do want to see Strus playing well. It's great to see him integrated in the starting lineup once again. Strus is a good player. You know what he brings you. He's a veteran. He was in some big games with the Miami Heat, a team that the Cavs will play this week. The Cavs have a back-to-back with Miami and Atlanta coming up in the latter part of the week on Wednesday, Thursday. They are the first two teams after Boston that defeated them. For a while, they were the only ones to beat them. Of course, Indiana came around, and Philly came around, and Houston came around, and the second battle with OKC, 11 days ago did happen. But the Cavs are now 37-9. It's a much-needed victory. You break out of your losing slump, and you win your way back in. It's a long season ahead. It's going to be ups. There's going to be downs. But tonight, for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they were victorious. So they get the victory. Going to have more pod content coming up for you soon. A short post-game show this evening. Zach White, Across the Cavs, Network 216. Victory over the Pistons. We will see you Wednesday night for the Miami Heat. No Jimmy Butler. He's suspended again. The Miami and Atlanta back-to-back. Let's do it.